Welcome back. This time, since Easter just passed, I thought we would dive into this album, which is The Blessing by Kari Jobe. This is a Christian worship album from 2020, which is one of my favorites. I love this album. It plays so much like a Christian Pink Floyd album to me. The songs just play into each other, and there's nice kind of quiet interlude instrumentals between tracks and things like that. You can see here it says it was recorded live in Nashville at the Belonging Co., which is a church out there, and I believe Kari and her husband Cody do attend. And there's the date. It says October 23rd, 2020 is when it was recorded. Inside here you can see the disc, which is a really nice shade of blue. And back there is kind of a live shot of her and Cody. Here's the booklet. And these are some of the tracks. Heaven Invade, Let Light In, Let the Light In. Those are some really good favorites of mine. And then The Blessing, if you are familiar with any of this music, I think you would probably have heard that. I know that many churches are playing that song, even still to this day, years later. And that one you can see is written not just by Kari and Cody, but also Chris Brown and Stephen Furtick. Some of the writers you can see on some of these songs, you do kind of see across a lot of this genre. Just some of the familiar names I know of. Mitch Wong. This was Jacob Suter, who also does a lot of production work. Joshua Silverberg. I've seen his name on quite a number of songs. There's a nice full shot of them on stage recording. This is the radio version of The Blessing. And then here is production notes and all of the talent that were used on the album, as well as thank yous over on the side. And a specific note from Kari herself. God wants to speak to you here. I am expectant for what is going to take place in your heart through these songs. I'm not sure if this is a genre some of you are familiar with, but I would still recommend it. There is some just fantastic music out there in the Christian world, and worship music is close to my heart as well. This one is one of the front to back favorites of mine. But just in honor of Easter, I wanted to share that. And I do hope you enjoy. And I'll see you in the next dive. Let's dive into the CD. This is, of course, Creed and their first album, My Own Prison. The album was released in 1997 on Wind Up Records. And on the back here you can see the band members listed. Scott Stapp as lead vocals, of course. Brian Marshall on bass, Scott Phillips on drums, and Mark Tremonti, who's a fantastic guitar player who has done so much more even outside of Creed. And then over here are the track titles. The title track, My Own Prison, would have been the first hit for the band and the first single. You can see the disc here. And behind that is just some more artwork of the guy in his prison. There's a little postcard here. Thank you for purchasing this record. To get on our mailing list or receive special offers and free stuff. So you would fill this out and you would just mail this and you would get on Wind Up Records mailing list. That's the way things were done back then. That's kind of fun. I'm glad I keep those things. Get the booklet out. There's the photos of the band members. In here, looks like we've got the lyrics. Torn is just a great album opener. And there's My Own Prison. I do remember enjoying every single one of these songs, although it has been a while since I've heard some of them. But they were a huge band, and I'm glad that they're getting love these days again. What's This Life For is a really good song as well. You can see all the songs are written by Tremonti and Stapp. And then here's just all the credits and the thank yous. And right here, for Creed merchandise and information, please write to P.O. Box 20346 in Tallahassee, Florida. I'd be curious if you could send stuff there and get information back, or if that's even still active anymore. And there's the website. Just a nice, short and simple book, but 1997. And this is what launched Creed, love them or hate them, into the world, and I don't think their music will ever disappear. Thank you for joining me here. I hope you enjoyed, and I'll see you in the next dive. Welcome back. Today, we're going to dive into this brand new album by Dermot Kennedy. And this is his new album, The Weight of the Woods. I actually just received this. I haven't even opened it. I thought we might open it together. And you can see the back of it there. The sticker that says Made in Germany. This is a paper case. Some CDs just don't come in the plastic, especially these days. It's just more environmentally conscious. I still prefer the old jewel cases, but sometimes the packaging on these can be nice. Let's see. Oh, we've got some photographs. some lyrics probably. If you know Dermot and his music, he's very poetic, very lyric heavy, very story driven, which is what I like the most about it. And then in here, there's the disc. And there's the disc. Pretty simple, just a white design with the title right there. And on this side is where you'll find the liner notes. So a lot of these cases work. Let's just flip through this for a minute. It's a nice picture there. Just out in nature. The woods, per se. Looks like all the lyrics are in here. For all the songs. I have heard a few of these songs already, but I am looking forward to the album. This is his third album. Not counting the EPs and the music that he had released prior to that. You can see a picture of him recording in a studio there. There's also a microphone up here in this picture, so I imagine this was another recording place where he was able to just have some great views. I think I had heard that he had recorded some of this in Nashville. If not all of it, I'm unsure, but that's what these liner notes will tell us. This says right here, this stuff was this is in Ireland, but here is Nashville, and Nashville here and there. There's someone in the UK, so he did record it in multiple places, but there was some Nashville involved. And here is where you list all the artists, musicians, singers that are used on all the tracks. And down here looks like a bit of a thank you. He's always very heartfelt, very upfront, and just loves interacting with his fans. He mentions how he wouldn't be anywhere without them, and I do appreciate that. But that is a booklet, and that is the new CD. I'm very excited about this. It was something I pre-ordered because of how excited I was. So I am looking forward to putting this in and listening to some more of it. I'm sure I won't be disappointed. But there you have Dermot Kennedy's newest album. I hope you enjoyed this. I enjoy diving into these things with you, and I will see you in the next dive. Welcome back. I had so much fun the last time diving into Britney's first album. I thought, this time let's dive into her second album. Oops, I did it again. While I love a lot of her albums, I do think this might be my favorite. It was just, that time is so hard to replicate, and it's so nostalgic looking back, and even just seeing this cover. You can see the songs here. Oops, I Did It Again. Stronger. I Can't Get No Satisfaction, which was a cover of a Rolling Stone song. Don't Let Me Be the Last to Know, and Lucky. Those are all just classic hits of hers, and they all came off of this same album. And this was the year 2000, which is longer ago than it feels. I'll open it up here. There's that CD. Again, it's so nostalgic to just see this. I remember having this in a CD case that I would carry around all the time. And there's a nice picture of her. Let's just grab a booklet and see what we have in here. Some more artwork. And the credits for all the songs, which Max Martin worked on all of, if not mostly, if not all of the tracks on this. I think he actually was one of the producers who has gone on to do so much. There's another picture here. That's a really pretty one. And then here's some lyrics for what looks like to be just the hits. Oops, I did it again. Stronger. Don't Let Me Be the Last to Know. Lucky. Oh, just fell out. That is the hype sticker that would have been on the packaging. You can see there. And obviously I bought this at Virgin Megastore. Just another thing I missed from that time. Here's a nice group of photos here. The classic Britney fairy drawing that I think we've all been very familiar with. And this picture, I remember having a poster of this picture up in my bedroom then. I guess this era of Britney is probably just my favorite. Here's all the thanks. Even here it says to my baby sister Jamie Lynn. That's kind of fun to see. And here's just her little signature with that fairy as the being. And it looks like one last picture. And then some promotion for some other. Actually, I have this book as well, and this VHS. I think it had a cassette with it too. Let me know in the comments if you'd like to see me dive into that. It still falls under the category of media. We can look at those. And that is that booklet. Just put that back. And there you have it. The Forever Classic album by Britney Spears. It's just a trip down memory lane, I think, and I hope a lot of you feel the same way. Thanks for joining me. I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you in the next time. Hello again. This time, let's dive into this Foo Fighters album. This is the Foo Fighters' second album, entitled The Color and the Shape. As you can see through the clear window there on the spine. Like I said, this was their second album. This was released in 1997. And this would be after adding some members to the band, including Pat Smear. You can see all the track titles here. Monkey Wrench is still one of my favorites, and my hero. Everlong, I think everybody is aware of Everlong. Both versions, the acoustic and the one that's on this album. You can see my case is pretty well scratched up. I know I carried this around a lot back in 97 and probably 98 and 99. So it would get scratched up and stuff, but at least the rest of it is probably still in good shape. There's the CD with the classic Foo Fighters F's. And behind that is just some artwork. Let's take a look at the booklet. This molecule type design is kind of fun. There's all the track titles again. And it looks like here are the lyrics. Just pages of text. Giant blocks of text. But there's, you see, like Walking After You is the song title, so then that would be the lyrics for it. Walking After You is also kind of a sleeper hit, I think, on this album. There's the logo. Looks like I got a little bit of water damage here as well. And you can see there the band members' names: Dave Grohl, Pat Smear, Nate Mendel. And this is before Taylor Hawkins would join the band as well. And just notes of where it was recorded and all of the fun production notes. There are quite a number of Foo Fighters albums that I do like. This is among the top of my favorites, for sure. Well, I hope you enjoyed that, and I'll see you in the next dive.